Welcome back, everybody. This is the final step for the inquiry cycle. This is Dr. Pleece. After you have read through step 3, you are ready to go ahead and do the final section. So you are going to actually show off the research that you have collected. Down here, you will see I do have the LibGuide linked and the ProtoPage link. This is where we're going to store all of our research. So when you click over here go back here to the home, this is what you'll see. This is for section 2, and then there's one for section 1. Everyone has their own tab. Once you log in, your login will be up here, and you'll log in using the information that was back on that on our Blackboard. You actually have access to edit anything. So I'm asking you to only stay on your page to edit, but you can read anything that anyone's writing. This is for all of us to share and see each other's work. So I just ask that you just only edit within your own page. So this is the home page. You want to read through here. I'm going to have the link here to the LibGuide. And then in notes, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I was playing around a little earlier. And then it'll ask if you want to delete for sure. So we're going to add widgets in here. And widgets are simply anything that goes on the page. You know, there's just all kinds of things we can put, but right now we're going to do 2 primary ones, the HTML and the photo. So later you might want to put comment boxes up. There's all kinds of things that you can turn it into later. I've seen these turned into amazing projects. So let's just start very simple. So we're just going to grab you'll see I just clicked on it to grab it, and I can place it wherever I want to put it. So here I've got it. I can change the title, and I'm going to call this week 1. So you want to just keep your sections organized. So for week 1, I'm going to put everything for week 1 underneath here. Okay. This will extend down further. It's a like unlimited page underneath here. Let me grab my little thing over here. It's an unlimited page. So as you fill up this space, it will go down further. All right, so I've got week 1, I've got it identified. So now week 2 will go right here, week 3, week 4, depending on how wide they are. You can make them like as wide as you want. I just want to make sure that I can tell when I look at it what belongs to week 1. Maybe yours will go like week 1 will all be right here, and then you'll put week 2 down here. I don't know, everyone's will look a little bit different, but in general, we just want to keep the groupings together so we can see what we're looking at. So now I want to pull out another rich tick, and there's all kinds of, so I drag this widget to your page. I'm going to drag it over here. So you can change the size of these. You can do all kinds of them. When I go to edit, here's the title. This is the title up here. And I'm going to change this to the title of that image. Ancient Nilometer on Elephant. I'm just going to call it Ancient Nilometer. This is where I'm going to have my 2 to 3 paragraphs. So you can see that you can put some bullets in there. If you want to put bullets, you can bold. You can change the color if you want to organize by color here, each of your weeks or whatever. You can kind of make this your own. Here's your undo and redo buttons. So if you make a mistake, you can just hit undo. Let me start over here. So this is going to be your text size. So if I highlight just these 2 words, I can make those 2 words bigger. I can bold them. I can italic, all the basic functions that I would find in a Word document. And then you can put bullets. You can put numbers. You can tab it over if you want to scooch it over one way or the other. This puts a line in between, which is kind of nice, because if you're working on something and you want to have 2 different sections, you've got horizontal lines you can put in. And again, if I don't like something, I can just hit undo. I can change my text colors, and I can change the highlighting. So if I highlight and I want to make that green. All right, so it's got all the basic things that you could want for typing. Okay, so this is where you're going to put your paragraphs. It's a hot mess right now, but there we go. And then I also want to put my picture here. Now, I don't have a particular order. Like I said, you're going to design this to be yours, but you do want to have your primary source. So these are going to be my 2 secondary sources, and then I'm going to have my primary source. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to right click and I'm going to save this image. Save image as. I'm going to remember where I save it. I'm just going to keep it that big long one right there, and I'm going to save it on my desktop. I'm going to come back over, come back over here and add my widget. This time I'm putting it in as a photo. So upload a photo from your computer or click here to see a sample photo. So I can choose right here. I'm going to go ahead and choose it. And I can resize the photo to fit within this widget, or I can set the specific dimensions. I do want you to put a title for your photo. So this is Ancient Nilometer. Now I would have written this down in my notes. You do want to make sure you're taking your notes. Elephantine. And I did not write it down. I'm not being a good example right now. Egypt. Okay. So I'm going to choose my file. And it was in my desktop. And here it is. So now it's uploading. And then here I can put my URL. I want you to be able to put your URL in there, whether it's right here, that's fine. You can put it directly on here. If you put it here, if someone clicks on the picture, it is going to take them to this website. So you have to think through, do you want them to click on there and go to the website, or do you know, however you want to work that? I'm going to go and say upload, and it's going to take a minute. There it is. So I've got my picture here. I've got my paragraphs here. I can put it whatever order I want. The last thing I need to put are my sources. I have to list my sources. So I'm going to add a widget. I'm going to grab my HTML. I want it to go over here on this side. And I'm going to edit. I'm going to call this citations. And I'm going to do the best I can to provide the information that was in that Blackboard list for each of the sources. So for now, just for now, get the best information that you can about the title, author, the web link, dates, any basic information that you would put in a citation list, and then list them here. So I would have source. Well, I wouldn't write source. I'd put like, well, let's just pretend it's me. I could put title, author, web page. Okay, and then I could copy this 3 times. And then fill in that information for these sources over here. So this is going to be my primary and 2 secondary sources, 3 secondary. You can have more than 1 primary source. You can have more than 2 secondary, but a minimum, you have to have 1 primary source and you have to have 2 secondary sources. And then over here, you're listing where you got them. Okay. So for now, I want to keep it real simple, and then make sure you grab your little arrow and drag it down. Or you can keep it here, and there is a little arrow here. If you don't want to take up a lot of space with all that, you can just keep it small like this. You can set it over here to the side, as long as it's connected here to week 1, and I know that it's part of this. Or if you're going to work it vertically, if it comes down here, you know, however you want to design your page. Again, that's up to you. And maybe your 2 to 3 paragraphs comes over here. I don't know, but you can, once you get your information in there, you can play with the design. So. All right, so that is the end. Once you have this completed, you are done with your inquiry cycle. I hope this is helpful. And if you have questions, as always, you can come on over to the Blackboard. You can leave a question in the Q&A discussion area. You can email me. Those are the 2 best ways. If it's a general question, that Q&A is awesome, because then other people can see the answers that I write up there. So, and you guys can answer each other's questions on there as well. All right, everyone, take care.